I know the lighting isn't in the best spot. I'm in a Wendy's parking lot, but we're gonna have to make do with it. It's like 9:30 at night. I was about to go out and DoorDash, make some money, but I don't really feel like doing nothing today. And it's like, I just quit my other job, and I'm doing this instead. So I have a court hearing coming up on the 12th, and today's the 7th, so I only got a couple days for battery. And I was 17 at the time that it happened, and damn, that's a nice motorcycle. I was 17, about to turn 18 years old. I was in summer school at the time. I've since graduated high school, and this is all panned out way afterwards. It took a long time for it to proceed. But there was a kid I met in summer school. I thought it was my friend. I really thought he was my friend. He was cool with my buddy Red, who was in the same class with me. So we hung out at his house a couple times. We were planning on actually hanging out that 4th of July. And, smoking a little bit of weed, taking some mushrooms, whatever. Having a good time. The day I went over to his house, I was on my phone, sent like a Snapchat of whatever I was doing, hanging out to my girlfriend, right? My girlfriend was like, wait on a minute, is that who I think that is? I'm like, yeah, that's Leighton, right? You know who he is? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I gotta talk to you about him because there's a problem. And I was like, you could just tell me now. And she's like, no, I have to tell you in person. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. So I end up getting out of there. I end up leaving his house. I end up delaying my plans for the 4th to hang out with him because I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Next time I see my girlfriend, we hang out in person, and she needs to like sit somewhere alone with me to like explain this to me. And I'm like, okay, like what's going on? Tell me. And she told me that he, when she was 13 years old, raped her at a park while she had a boyfriend who at the time was hanging out with them and then left later that night, and it was just the two of them together. They were at a park later at night, and he raped her. I was still going to summer school with the kid at the time, so I had to make sure that whatever happened after that, I don't crash out in the middle of school because I'll get in trouble, right? But what I planned on doing was, since I was kind of cool with him at the time, I was planning on bringing a friend with me, hanging out with him, getting him to bring all of his stuff with him, his weed, his bong, his everything. And we took him to an abandoned house that was like the next town over. So that it was like away from him. We were going to leave his ass there. And so we put some hands on him and took all of his stuff and left. What happened was, nothing came of it for like a week or two. A week or two later, a cop comes over to my house, like knocks on my door at like 10 o'clock in the morning, wanting to talk to me. And so I'm like, okay, I know what this is about. And he's asking me questions about it. I'm not telling him anything. I'm not giving him anything. He's like, okay, whatever. It's going to be sent to the prosecutor's office and they'll deal with it from there. So I'm like, okay. Didn't speak to him. Nothing happened after the cop came to my house for like 6 months. 6 months and nothing happened. This was last summer around July. Nothing came of it for like 6 months or so, until January or February-ish. I get served court papers in the mail for the battery charge, and I'm like, oh shit, he really did press charges on it. We didn't even really beat him up that bad. We kind of just gave him a busted lip and took his stuff away, but that's it. Because I just wanted to teach this motherfucker a lesson. I know that the event had happened long before, but the problem was that he was never convicted of a crime. He was also young as well, and so when the police report came about the rape that he committed, they never prosecuted him for it and he never got in trouble. He was also sharing nude pictures without girls' permission too, and that was in that as well. But he never got in trouble, so I decided that I was going to teach him a lesson because nobody else was wanting to, I guess. So that all came about. I had my first court hearing a couple months ago for whether I wanted to, before my pretrial, whether I wanted to decide or if I was pleading guilty or not. I decided to plead not guilty because I'm going to stand my ground and I know what I did was right, even if it's not legal. And everyone I've told about this has agreed with me that like I didn't do anything wrong. This motherfucker deserved every ounce of it. So it doesn't matter that much to me. It's just that the whole situation sucks ass because he never got any repercussions for it. He's considered the victim in the crime. He's considered a victim in the situation, which is backwards. Like, the real victim never got real justice. I mean, he shouldn't even be alive right now, let alone like You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna risk prison prison time like that over something like that. Even as much as he deserves it, and as much as I wanted to, because it pissed me off. Like, it pissed me off so bad. Like, I had to go every single day seeing this kid next to me in summer school. He didn't even sit that far away from me. He was like 1 or 2 tables over. He was sitting right next to me. I had to prevent myself from taking off on him like every day for the next 2 weeks until I could figure out a day to hang out with him outside. But I waited. I'm glad I did, because he was like scared the whole time. Like, stop. And I was like, motherfucker, you didn't stop. She told you to stop. What makes you think I'm gonna stop? And fuck, I wish I really didn't have to. I wish this whole situation never happened in the first place. Like, I wish this was never an issue. I wish she had never experienced something so horrible. Because I care about her too much, man. I care about her too much to let that slide ever. And with him being around me, I mean, knowing where he's at all the time, like, there's no way. And so I had a trial hearing in order to fight the case, and I almost won on a technicality because there wasn't a whole lot of evidence to convict me. There was no cameras in the area, no anything to catch me. It was basically just his word against mine. And since it had all been lined out to where as soon as I like ditched him there, he called the cops and like had them like pick him up. They did an area search for me, but me and my friend had already left, so they didn't find anything. Like, they believed him over me. And because I was a juvenile at the time of the incident, even though I was 18 going through the trial. I was 18 years old going through the entire trial. I'm 19 years old now. But at the time, even though I was an adult, I did not have the right to a jury at my trial. And it was only bench trial, meaning the judge decides it all. And so she decided it. She didn't even really treat it like there was supposed to be a jury. She just smacked the hammer down and said, fuck you, pretty much. So I just gotta live with that now. And when my trial ended, when the verdict came that I was guilty, she said for sure that when my sentencing date comes, which is a separate date, which is in a few days, that I will be getting jail time. I have no idea how long. I have no idea how much it'll be. Maximum is 6 months. My lawyer said it's probably only going to be a week or 2 because I've never been to jail. But it's still stressing me the fuck out. As much as I know I can handle it, and as much as I know it's not going to be that bad, it just sucks, man. I don't want to have to deal with that shit. I gotta give up nicotine before I go to jail too, because that withdrawal is gonna suck. Cold turkey. But it's okay. At the end of the day, it's okay because I stood on business, and that's all that matters. Like, I did what I had to do. As much as it sucked, and as much as I didn't want this entire situation to occur in the first place, I didn't want it to be anywhere near me. I don't want to be around a person like that. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want anything because it pisses me off too much. Like, I will crash out. And unfortunately, I did. Well, fortunately, but unfortunately for him, I guess. So, and now, unfortunately for me, because I'm dealing with the repercussions of my actions. But at the end of the day, standing up for what you believe in is more important than what everyone else thinks. Like, the court system is so messed up in that way. The court system is so fucked up because it'll protect people like that. Like, the child molesters in the county jail where I live, that's right down the road from me, the child molesters are separated. So, or any sort of sexually deviant charge, like a sexual offense, like rape or whatever, anything heinous, anything real heinous that you know people are not going to be okay with in jail or in prison, they separate those people in the population. They separate them away so that they're safe, pretty much, like protected, like they're in their own little group. But they shouldn't be able to mingle amongst themselves. They should have to be with the rest of the inmates, bro. And if they're judged for the kind of crime they're committing, how is that wrong? If it's really that wrong to where other criminals say it's that fucked up, who's to say they shouldn't be able to take care of it themselves? Like, jail shouldn't be a safe space for people. Jail is punishment. You shouldn't be protected and coddled, especially because of a certain kind of crime, and especially that crime, because those are bad charges, period, and you shouldn't be protected and separated from that, and that's just my opinion. Like, my girlfriend's dad, who, when she was very, very young, abused her as well. He went to prison for that, but he's out now. only served maybe a couple years, and then he's out. He's still paying child support for it too. I don't think the motherfucker should be alive. But that's just me. Good thing is, in places like Florida, they're doing the death penalty for shit like that. Like, if it's under a child under 12 years old, they're giving them the needle, which I think they should do. I think it's a better spending of our tax dollars as American people to just put these motherfuckers down than to house them in a cell and feed them and have our tax dollars go to feeding and keeping these motherfuckers alive when they don't deserve to be. Period. This is the lowest scum of humanity ever. That's the worst kind of person you can become. Like, there's serial killers, murderers, rapists. That's like top 3 like worst things you can do. And like, not even murderers are treated like that in jail. You murder somebody, as long as it's not like a woman or a child, you're pretty much good. Even women at some prisons, they don't really care about as much anymore, from what I hear. But like, if you mess with kids, man, whatever happens to you happens to you. Everyone should look the other way. Well, that's just my opinion.